presenting Channeling Erik's Hour of Enlightenment.
Hello, everyone. Hello. Okay, music back. This is Elisa Medhus, mommy of Erik Medhus, and we have a special guest and also a wonderful medium that you all are familiar with. But our guest is Julie Schlomer, and she wrote the book, Mommy, What is a Spirit Guide? And I've read it. It's super, super good. She's going to share a little bit about her spiritual journey, and she shared that with me before, and also about her books. And, of course, my co-host is Denise Ramon at DeniseRamon.com. Everybody knows her. Awesome medium, awesome healer. All right, Julie, tell us about your spiritual journey. Oh, and hi, Erik. I love you.
Yeah, hey, Erik. I've always been interested in spiritual stuff. Even as a kid, I listened to the John Edwards show on TV. And then after college, I always tuned into the Montel Williams show when Sylvia Browne was on. And then I decided this reading thing is pretty cool, and I decided to get one for my own self. And I didn't think I could just trust anybody, so I went to Sylvia Browne's son, Chris. And the reading was pretty amazing. It was pretty life-changing for me. But then I realized I can't keep affording to go to him, so I took a chance on a local medium. Her name's Elizabeth, and it's really worked out well because we've been friends for 15 years now. She's helped me through a lot of things.
Oh.
And, yeah, in a recent reading with Elizabeth, Erik came through, and he was like, man, you can really hear me well. You should talk to my mom. So, Lisa, you might want to get a reading with her sometime. We'll see.
Yeah.
And, yeah, one thing that readings really helped me was with when I was going through fertility treatments. I really needed directions on guidance on which way to go, and it really helped to get readings. Most women are stressed out in this time, but I was able to keep it pretty positive since I had this extra help. And I really felt like I went through a spiritual awakening after the birth of my twins. I mean, other people have, like, postpartum depression, but I actually had the opposite. I had a manic episode, which is something I share with Erik, too, being bipolar.
Mm-hmm.
So the way I came across channeling Erik wasn't actually the blog. It was the YouTube channel. I don't remember the exact year, but I know I was at a scrapbooking weekend, so I was supposed to be scrapbooking, but what am I doing? I'm listening to these channeling Erik videos over and over and over. I just got really hooked on them. I mean, this was back when Jamie was doing it, so there's probably was less than 100 back then, but now I've noticed that there's over 1,000, and I've listened to all of them.
Wow, are you kidding me? Oh, wow.
No, I mean, every time a new video comes out, I get the YouTube alert, and I'm always trying to listen to it as soon as I can. Yeah, I just, you could call me obsessed. Yeah, that's a probably fair statement. And I really like Erik's book, My Life After Death. I used to listen to the CD over and over in my car, and now I'm bummed that my car doesn't have a CD. So I actually went out and bought a CD player so that I could just listen to CDs.
Are you kidding me? Oh, my God. That is so funny.
I'm not kidding. Yeah, and I thought about loaning it out to other people, and I'm like, no, I'm afraid I won't get it back. So I still have it. I'm definitely going to be listening to it.
Audiobook. I think you can get it on audiobook, too. Like Kindle or I can't remember.
Yeah, and I'm definitely going to need to look because I'm thinking about making my next book about heaven, so I'm definitely going to have to review that book again.
Awesome.
Yeah, I've just been a huge fan.
That's awesome. I really appreciate that. I know he does, too. So you went through this spiritual journey, and now catch us up on how the book came about and what you do. Have you developed your gifts, etc.?
Okay. Yeah, my twins are 8, and I've heard that like age 7 is when kids kind of lose their connection to the other side, and I'm like, oh no, I don't want that to happen, and so I started looking up researching spiritual books, and I just couldn't find much at all for children, so I'm like, oh gosh, I'll just write my own.
That's awesome.
I know that. Yeah, and my kids really like being the stars of other books. They're like, oh, that's me. And I'm like, no, that's not you. But when we write our own books, they can actually say, it's little Alyssa and it's little Logan.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's That's worked out well.
That's true. There's a big hole in the market, Julie. So you just filled that in beautifully.
Thank you. Yeah, Amazon does not know how to categorize my book. They tried putting it under magic books, and they've tried activity books for kids, and I'm like, no, because I'm trying to run an ad on Amazon, and I'm like trying to, teach them that this is a new category, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm also working on making a stuffed animal spirit guide. I've got the first draft version of it. It's looking pretty cute.
Well, tell us about that.
That is way cool.
Yeah.
Really? So are you going to bundle a book with a stuffed animal, or?
Yeah, I'm thinking about doing that from my website, which definitely needs to be revamped. But yeah, I'm trying to figure out if I can sell it on Amazon too somehow. Soon I should have the prototype. They're working on it right now.
Awesome.
I'm also working on getting a hardback version of my book because, we were in Target the other day, and my daughter's like, "Well, why is it our book here, Mommy?" And I'm like, "Oh gosh, I don't know how to get my book in Target." So then I did some research, and I found out there is a company that you can go to, Ingram Sparks, and they might pick it up, like Barnes and Noble and Target and stuff.
That's very cool. I didn't know that. That's cool.
Yeah, I'm having a little bit of tricky time. Maybe Denise would be able to have some insight to know if I'll be able to get it out there into stores if I do this Ingram Spark thing. What do you think, Denise?
Well, Erik says yes. It's just like you got to find the niche. And when he's showing me this, because he's having me look, because at my own daughter's books that I bought when she was a young kid, I didn't buy your traditional nursery rhyme books and stuff like that. As a matter of fact, someone gifted her with the book, the one by Neil Donald Walsh, The Sun and the...
Oh, I love that one. The Little
I have
Soul
that book.
in the Sun.
Yeah, The Little Soul in the Sun. And it's like, Erik says your book, goes in those categories. So it's seeing where you find those type of books at. And there's some other ones that I bought that are not your traditional... it's like one is about your animal totem and stuff like that. And Erik says getting in underneath of those umbrellas and stuff. So he said, whoever you talk to about this one, this will help you. It's going to guide you in the direction of where you need to be for this book. But when you said Barnes and Nobles, Erik says this would be a great place for this book. Because it's a cool book. I have the book. I bought it when it first came out, and it's an easy read too.
Oh yeah.
Oh good, thank you. Yeah, I'm thinking about having my kids read it aloud on YouTube.
Yes.
Sorry.
I
was just thinking it'd be cool if I had my kids do a read aloud on YouTube.
Of course.
That might help.
That'd be fun.
Erik said yes, it would be, because then you would have the voice would fit the tone of the book.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
Cool.
Very cool. Okay.
How exciting for your kids.
Yeah. Do they want to read anything now, or you want to do that at a later time, or what?
Well, they're downstairs playing video games. I told them they weren't allowed to interrupt me.
Oh, good. Okay.
Yeah, I told them they could listen to the replay.
You're quite the entrepreneur. Do you have gifts as well? Or we can ask Erik, does she have gifts that have yet to be realized, like psychic, clairvoyancy, clairaudience, etc.?
Erik said, of course she does. He said, it's, one is obviously she's a writer, but she's all about helping people to connect, but it's hers is she feels a lot.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, you feel a lot. And then also Erik says you hear.
Yeah.
Yes.
So you channel him, and that's why he said, now I'm remembering, that you hear him really well, right?
That's what Elizabeth said, that she can hear Erik really well.
Oh, okay, I got it. Gotcha.
I mean, the Erik, yeah. I try really hard to be like, if something funny just happened or like like a balloon moved in the air, I'm like, was that you, Erik? You know. So I try.
Erik says that's going to
awesome.
come in, but Erik says you do hear. You feel and you hear.
Wow, that's
I
awesome.
just got to learn to trust it more. Yeah.
Well,
I have the same problem, girl. Same problem.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Do you want to share anything else, darling, before we take callers?
No, not unless anybody has any questions. I will just see.
Oh, they
if
probably
anybody
will.
calls in and has questions. Okay.
Of course. All right.
I do want to say, though, her book is very inexpensive. Her book is less than, I think, $14. So her book is
I
really
made it
good.
11:11. You know, I made it a spiritual number to see if anybody catches on to that.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So cool. All right, that's great. All right, we'll go ahead and take some callers. Let's see, we have something from a very long number, 4917, blah, blah, blah. Hi there, how you doing? How are you?
Hello.
Hello. How can we help you? What is your first name and where are you calling from?
Well, my first name is Thais, and I'm calling from Germany, but I'm from Venezuela.
Okay. And we've emailed each other, but go ahead and ask Erik what you need to ask him. Okay, sweetie?
Okay, well, my mom was diagnosed with lung cancer in December, and she passed 2 weeks after. I mean, she knew that I was coming to visit her and stuff, but exactly 12 hours later, she passed. And I was just wondering why so fast and so soon.
Yeah, so quickly.
Well, yeah.
Wait, what's her first name? What's her name? Her name? I can't remember her name.
My name?
Her name.
Well, my name. Her name is also Thais. Thais Torres is her name.
Yes. Yes, Trinidad Torres. Okay.
Okay.
Yes. Maybe Erik can bring her in. But go ahead, Denise.
Well, Erik does have her here. He's like holding her hand, so to speak. And Erik is saying that, you know, this is how she preferred to go. She didn't want to hang around for a long time because I feel like this is what happened to her mother or grandmother or something, and she didn't want this. She didn't want to be a burden. But Erik also says that she was sick for a long time before she went in to take care of it, to get it diagnosed, to go to the doctors. And I feel like it's your mom is like, it's almost like she knew that it was bad, so she just didn't go. But your mom wanted to transition quick. Your mother wanted to transition quickly. She didn't want to hang around for a long period of time of being sick and that, because she said that she didn't want to be a burden. So do you know, was her mother sick for a long time?
Well, we actually don't know. I mean, I wonder if she knew and she didn't want to tell me. I found out exactly 2 weeks before she passed. But I sent her to the doctor and everything, and she went to the doctor, so she kept telling me things that didn't, you know, I didn't think it was true. But again, it was like way too fast, and she was very young. And that the fact that she didn't wait for me, I
did her mom? Was her mom sick?
Was your grandmother
she had
sick
pain
for a long time?
Well, my grandmother's still alive. Yes.
Or
her mother.
I mean, if it was, So your grandmother is still alive. So would it have been somebody's mother she's shown me. So I wonder if it's a great grandmother or something. Because she's shown me that there was somebody that was sick for a long time, and it's a mother energy, that she didn't want to be that way. She didn't want to be a burden. And she also said that she always wanted to go quickly. And she said, and that's how she went. She went quickly because she knew that this was going to not be a good outcome, she said.
Okay. And do you want to ask something about your grandmother? I mean, Rose or Rosa or something? I'm trying to remember the email.
Yes. Well, no, she wasn't taking care of my mom, and it kind of, I mean, my mom passed, and it kind of, the whole family, like, I'm not in touch with them anymore because they basically left her to die. And
oh no.
Yeah. So I was just wondering maybe what to do.
To heal the family? Them? Yeah.
No, if I should keep in touch with them or not.
Erik says, not right now. Work through your pain first.
Yes.
And he's saying, and I feel like your mother is saying too, collect yourself first, collect all your thoughts, your emotions, your feelings, and you nurture them. And then when you feel stronger, because I feel like you're the strongest person in the family, so people will still kind of want to push you over, is from what your mom gives me the impression, and it's because of where they are with their processing of it, because I don't feel like they're in touch with afterlife and all that kind of stuff like you are. So your mom is definitely with you. She says when you feel something warm around your chest area, she's telling me that's you. I mean, that's her. That's her, around your chest area. Mainly around, she's showing me around your home.
Your mom,
around your heart area.
Let's ask her mom, do you take responsibility for not seeking medical care soon enough?
She said, oh, yes. Yeah.
Okay. So it's not your daughter's fault?
No, it isn't.
Of course not.
And that's the thing, though, is it wouldn't have mattered if her daughter, I don't think she's honest with her daughter, with you.
Okay.
I don't think she's honest with you.
About her health?
So even if you would have taken her and did everything you were supposedly supposed to have done, the outcome would have been the same, she's saying. Yeah. And but also too, the people in the family would still look for someone, she's saying.
Someone to blame.
That's how they go. Yeah. That's how they are.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, well, thank you for calling in.
This was not your fault.
Oh, thank you.
You did. Yeah.
No, of course not.
Oh, big hug.
Sometimes they do attack the scapegoat is usually the strongest because people know that they can take it, I think, sometimes, On
some level, absolutely.
Yeah. All right, we have somebody from the 601 area code. Hi there, how you doing?
601? Yes, that's me.
Hi.
Hi.
What's your first name and where are you calling from and how can we help you?
First name is Vera. I'm calling from Dallas, Texas.
Yes.
Vera?
I just wanted to find out, because I've been sick since January 28th, just all of a sudden, and high blood pressure, heart disease, or they don't even know what's going on with me. They're thinking maybe I have a tumor on my kidneys, premature menopause, and I haven't been able to work since. And I'm just trying to figure out what I need to do next.
Now, you go to the cardiologist. Well, you get insurance March 1st, I know, so, right? Is that right?
Yes.
If I remember correctly. Okay.
Yes.
And so what's going on, Erik? First of all, will she be okay? Will she be okay? And will you help her?
Erik says, of course he will. But Erik says there's the definition of what is okay. He showed me there's different layers of okay. He says you're okay now and you will be okay later. But this is really, I feel like this kind of situation reared its head up for you to start focusing just on you, nobody else. Not worry about what other people are eating, drinking, wearing, or smelling, or driving, or anything. This is all about you, Vera, right now. And this is a really good time to just really pour on the compassion, the love, the understanding, all of those things. Because I feel like how Erik has shown me, you've never done that for yourself. You might have done little spurts of it, but nothing like you need. And Erik says, this is your time to do this. This is one of the things you came here to this planet to do, was to find all of these things within yourself this time. And this is this scariness and this fear, it's really going to put you in a place where you're number one. above all things. You're number one when it's time for you to go to bed. Number one when it's time for you to eat. You're number one when it's time to wake up, take a bath. You're the number one person, Erik says, and start making you number one. And he says, it's going to be kind of a rough ride there for a little bit, but just know during all of it, you're being very heavily supported. Do you have a grandmother on the other side?
Yes.
Because she's here with you. Were you close to her?
Oh. I didn't know her, but I was named after her.
Yeah, well, she's got like her hands all over you. She's like holding you up and walking you through this. And
that's
and
wonderful.
It may be it's going to be rough seas, but Erik has shown me your boat is still going to float.
Is it something
and
endocrine? Is there something endocrine? Or is it all menopause? Is it all endocrine? Well, we probably shouldn't diagnose on. I have a feeling something endocrine that can be taken care of. Yeah. That's
Erik says it will, but it's going to be a rough ride. Well, when you mention anything with menopause and doing all that other stuff, that can make you feel crazy and feel like you're going to die too sometimes.
Yeah.
So, but just know that this is all about you this time.
Is she going to go to a good cardiologist? Is the cardiologist she's going to go to going to take care of this?
The grandmother says yes, because all of that's being sorted out for her. The things
Good.
that she can't take care of, it's being managed on the other side.
Oh,
so
awesome.
all you have to do is, the only things you have to take care of is getting yourself to these places and doing that. All the details are all being worked out behind the scenes for you. And they're showing me bring a notepad. They said bring a notepad with a pencil or pen and take notes when you go. Have questions, ask, and write down the answers. Take notes about this, because this is your journey, and this is about you writing everything down and taking notes for you.
Yeah. She asked about scalar work, but I really don't feel like we should do anything unless we have a diagnosis. So I've been...
Erik says correct. Erik says correct.
Good. All right, V. We'll continue communicating. Okay. Thank you for calling. You bet.
You take care, hon.
Yeah. Okay. Got somebody from the 412 area code. Hi there. How you doing?
Hi, Lisa. How are you?
Good.
Hi. My name's Lori, as you know, and I lost my son Jacob, and I just want to preface this with Bella and I were just in a car accident, so we're a little shook up.
No.
But someone rear-ended us. I picked her up at school today, at college. But so she's a little shook up. But she's really been suffering since the loss of her brother. So she's right here, and she wants to ask her a message.
Hi, Bella.
Hi.
Has anybody hurt?
Well, it was a pretty hard hit, but our necks hurt a little. But so far, I think we're okay. But thank you.
Well, Erik says be real careful because tomorrow you're going to feel it, and he says so don't take it so lightly. So if it's, you may want to go to a doctor or something just to make sure everything's in alignment.
And to document
it. Thank you.
So you got any message?
Definitely document.
Can you get Jacob, Erik? And maybe Jacob can get a message for Bella, his sister?
Erik says yes. So was Jacob older than Bella?
Yeah.
And the reason why...
Oh, okay.
He was younger
Jacob,
or older?
Jacob was 20. Bella's 18.
Okay,
Jacob was older because he comes in as the big older brother coming in.
Yeah.
And that's how he's coming in. That's why I felt like I was wondering if he was older. So he's coming in as the big older brother, and he's You know, he knows that this is difficult. He knows because he feels y'all's pain. So and in return, it's like he recycles y'all's pain into love and sends that back out to both of you, to everyone that has been affected. But he says for Bella, one of the things that he really wants her to know is, Bella, notice when you see he's showing me the hearts. Those are like a symbol of him, or hearts. So he says, pay attention to those, because now that you know that that's his symbol for you. There's other things too, because he really is showing me he likes to put like birds or butterflies in your way and stuff like that, but hearts. And so you're going to start noticing them more now. And he says that's him letting you know that he's near and he's with you. He's saying with this accident, this is a time for you to allow yourself to feel however you're feeling. And to both of y'all, he says you really need to, yes, you're okay because you don't have anything broken or black eyes or anything, but he's saying really wrap yourself up with some self-care. And I feel like he's wrapping both of y'all in the blanket, like a blanket of love, I guess is how he's showing me, wrapping y'all around in that, because this is a time for y'all to really kind of pause and just be with each other. And Bella, I don't know why, but he's telling me down the road you're going to write a story about him and you and things through your life, and this is going to be a book that I don't know if it's going to be something you do for you to graduate with or something, but he's showing me a book that you're going to write, and he's going to be a big part of it. And Bella, I don't know if you know it, but you can channel your brother because you feel him, he says.
Now, Bella, did you give him a bone marrow transplant? Were you his bone marrow donor?
That was his older sister, Allie. This is his younger sister. Okay. And I just wanted to say real quick that his older sister, Allie, was walking and found a card that was the six of hearts. And the six was Jacob's baseball number, and then there were hearts. It was just one card just laying there. And there you go. One more thing before we leave. My mother passed away February 8th. I wonder if you could ask Jacob if he's with her.
What's your mom's name?
His grandmother. Maureen.
Oh, yeah, Maureen. Okay.
Maureen. He says, yes, he's there, but yet was she like physically challenged in some way?
Well, she was 90, and she was physically challenged in every way at the end, Okay, so because he's showing me like she's in a place like a resting room, a healing room, or whatever. It's like she's getting an overhaul. She's getting an overhaul and everything. But he said,
"Oh God, I need one of those."
Yes. Me too.
So, but yes, he's definitely yes. He says because, and Erik talked about this earlier. There is no disconnect, so we definitely are all connected. So definitely there. It's like you just can't miss it. He says you just can't miss everyone.
I see. Okay. Thank you so much. Please tell Jacob I love him and we miss him every day, every minute of the day.
Yeah, he
knows. He loves you. He loves all of you. So now that you know you got that confirmation, hearts are his symbol.
Yes.
And so,
all right.
Just know, and big hugs to all of you, and y'all definitely really nurture yourself from that accident. I would.
Yeah, please.
Yeah,
okay.
Take it easy.
Thank you. Thank you.
Take care.
You bet, sweetie. Thank you for calling. Oh boy, it's a rough haul, I know. All right, have somebody from the 802. It'd be cool if we get everybody today. 802 area code. Hi there, how you doing?
Hi, this is Chris. I'm calling from Vermont.
Hey.
Hi, Chris.
Hi. Hi, Erik. How are you?
He says, I'm doing lovely. That's what he said. He goes, how
lovely.
He says, so do you talk
I
with
am
him
so
often,
happy.
Chris?
What's that?
Do you talk with Erik often? Because he makes me feel like y'all talk a lot to each other.
You know something? Well, I mean, I do talk, but I don't. I wasn't really sure whether anybody was listening to me or. I've had a hard road. I'm a recovered drug addict. I lost my aunt a few years ago. She was an alcoholic. Her name was Amy Batten, and she was an alcoholic. I got to know her later in life, and she was adopted. She was adopted by another family through birth. My grandmother gave her up for adoption.
Wow.
But I got to know her later in life, and I only got to spend maybe a few years knowing her, and it's been and she took her life a few years ago, and I've struggled with the same things, and I've gone through so much different personality changes in the last years, and feel like that my family's been lying to me about who my father is. And I'm 49 years old, but I have people telling me, "Oh, you just need to get over it," and da da da. I don't need to get over it. People just need to tell me the truth, and I feel like I'm paying some kind of karmatic debt. I feel like maybe I'm here.
Let's see what Erik says, and also I would like to see if Amy Batten can come forward and give a message to Chris. Whatever you want to do first, Erik.
Well, I feel like Erik and Amy both are speaking at the same time. It's kind of cool how they both are speaking, but it flows out into one. But it doesn't sound like they're over talking. I know, it's just the way it comes out. But they're both saying, you're correct about this isn't about getting over, because we don't get over things. We walk through things. It is what they said. But both of them are saying, what's important is what you feel inside. If you feel that there's something not jiving right, is your aunt is her word she's using. If something isn't feeling right, then then you need to honor that. And she said she always felt something was off with her, and because I don't feel like they told her she was adopted right away. And so that led her into thinking, that's what and she never knew why she felt off. And she's saying that's what led her into the life of drinking and other things, because she always felt off.
I often wondered why she left us like that, because she had just had a granddaughter, her first granddaughter, and I didn't get the chance to. What's
Amy,
that?
why? Amy, why did you leave when you just had a granddaughter?
She says, she says, because you're looking at it as I just had a granddaughter and everything's wonderful. But what you got to remember is I just had a granddaughter, but I still had all those years of all that other stuff. So because something amazing just happened, it didn't wash away all this other stuff.
Not all the pain.
And she just, yes. And
I love her. I love her so much. I talk to her all the time. I know she probably hears me, but I talk to her all the time.
Not probably, she does.
What about the father?
But she says,
okay,
well, this is what she's telling me.
Yeah.
This is what she's telling me. If you're not getting the answers, go with what you believe. And she says, there are ways you can find out. But she says, but in your journey, what she failed to connect with. Her journey was about finding that, and it's all about going back within. She says, because what you're wanting is for the family to admit that they're all nuts, and they're not ever going to admit that, Chris. They're just not.
Yeah, that's their baggage.
So
you can't be responsible.
So you're going to have to
for their baggage. You can only be responsible for how you react to their baggage. That's it.
So how long have you been sober, Chris?
I've been sober for 6 years now.
Awesome. Yes, because that's huge. Because she's telling me that the reason why I asked, because she's telling me you have more going for you than what she was able to get going. So she says you don't just know that the rest of them are nuts and they have a lot of secrets.
Ooh.
And just go with what you know.
That's what I was told.
And Erik, yes.
I was told
and
that
Erik
briefly.
is saying, Erik says you're very intuitive, though, too, Chris. And that's another thing that makes you feel a bit nuts, because you know things, but other people are saying something else. And Erik says, don't listen to the other people else, and just know that this is what it looks like when you grow up in a lot of secrets. So no wonder you feel like you're a little nuts, because you know the truth inside, but everybody else is telling you that's not true.
Good.
Right.
Well, just own your truth, man.
So how do I? All right. Thank you.
Okay.
You take care, Chris.
I hope he calls back. I want to find out more about his journey, Okay, let's see. We got somebody from the 970 area code. Hi there, how you doing?
Hello?
Hi, how you doing?
Good, how are you?
Good. Who are we speaking with?
This is Lola from Fort Collins, Colorado.
All right.
Colorado, okay. Hey, Lola.
I have a question. My mother died the day after Thanksgiving of this last year.
Oh, goodness.
And my brother died last month, about the 20th.
Wow.
Do any of those two, do they have anything to tell me?
What is your mom's name and what is your brother's name?
Oh, okay. My mom's name is Lucille, and my brother's name is Eddie.
Eddie, Lucille and Eddie. Erik, can you go get one or both of them?
Well, Eddie really popped in right away. So, is there something going on with like property or probate or something going on with something because of his death?
We haven't been able to pay for his funeral.
Oh, yeah.
So we're trying to get help with that.
Yeah.
Okay. So that makes sense, why? Because he showed me there's problems with like money or something with the stuff. So he says, don't worry about all of that. He says, you can have like a celebration of life in the park, or, well, you live in Colorado, so you're going to have to wait till it gets warmer, but have a celebration of life. You don't need to have a funeral and a casket and all that other stuff. He says, don't go into debt and stress yourself out over that. He says, let whoever, and I feel like he's talking about the state or the city or whoever, take care of all of that, and take care of his body. Do that. And you just have a celebration. You just have a celebration of life, and you can do that. Yeah, and you can have a celebration of life.
You can donate the body
that
to
is
America, and that costs nothing.
And also, he's letting me know, like, the county will take care of it. Okay. You know, if there's nobody else to do it, they will do it at no cost, but they don't give you anything in return. But he's saying you can have a celebration of life, or you can have pictures of him up you know, and make it more of a fun event, you know, like a more memory things instead of a like a heaviness.
Yeah,
like
we
a
thought we would do that this summer. Yeah, you're right.
So do that and let them take care of the rest. Is what let the city or the county or the state, whoever does that. He's saying let them take care. Let them have the burden of the finances. Don't worry about that.
Is Louise okay? The mom?
Lucille.
Lucille.
I'm sorry.
Yes, she is. That's right. Lucille is. So Erik is saying, and he's like holding her hand, you know, she's doing good. I feel like she's just like in it's like she's at a spa retreat and just totally relaxing. It's like she's allowing everybody to massage her feet, her hands, and her head, and getting facial. She's just totally relaxed.
Cool.
She deserves that.
So I'm sorry.
Awesome. She deserves it. Yes.
Yeah. So this is like what this is the image that Erik is giving me of what she's doing, so pay attention to your dreams, because I feel like your mom says she wants to come visit you, but it's almost like, do you feel guilty about her death or something, or what, or guilt behind her death?
No, I feel happy that she's not suffering anymore.
Good.
I think I feel guilty of my brother's death.
Okay.
Because he died alone, and he froze to death.
Oh no.
Well, I know. They're all saying take that image out of your thoughts.
Yeah.
Because take that image out of your thoughts.
They're fine now. They're fine. They're doing good. Yeah, that was almost me a couple years ago. Oh boy. All right,
we have that.
Yeah. Somebody from the 636 area code. Hi there. How you doing?
Hi guys. This is Alyssa from Missouri. I was just calling in tonight to see. Hey guys. I was just calling in to see if my mom Kim and Erik have any messages for me.
So Alyssa, do you have something like coming up for you or something? Because your mom gives me she's real excited for you about something that's coming into fruition for you. So are you like, I don't know, applying for a job, going to a school?
I'm gonna have a baby.
Oh,
okay.
Congratulations.
So she's really excited for you, and she's showing. Are you like due soon?
I look like I'm due soon, but I'm not due till July.
Well, that's not that far away. Because she's like super excited. Is this her first grandbaby? I mean, like she's super excited. She's just like she can't wait. And so just know she's going to be there when this baby is born. And she says something about the color yellow, and I just had chills with doing that. So there's something about the color yellow that she really loves. So pay attention to yellows around you and stuff like that. And those things can pop up in the oddest places too.
That's true.
So just pay attention to it, you know. But she's very excited for you. And
it's my first. It's going to be my first daughter because I already have a son. So this was very unexpected to have a girl.
Oh, goody!
Well,
yay!
She's very excited, and she wants you to know that your baby is going to be born healthy. So I don't know if that was a concern of yours, but she just wants you to know that. She really wants you to just to have fun with this pregnancy, be at ease with it. Because she knows that this is very hard for you, and I guess she's saying that because she's not here, but she's definitely not missing out on. She's not missing out on anything. She's right there.
Great,
that's good. I have with my.
So, go ahead.
No, I'm sorry. What were you going to say?
when your baby is born, and that when you go in and check on your baby, you ought to like do some videoing with your phone and stuff, because you'll see orbs, and she's showing me a yellow orb, and that's going to be her visiting the baby.
Oh my gosh.
Very
I
cool.
was going to ask too, because I have a son now, and I was just going to see if they have a connection or if he has like abilities that I'm just not even aware of.
Well, he's definitely not like the run-of-the-mill kids that were born 40 years ago. Erik is telling me. He's just going to be one of these kids where he just knows things.
Cool.
And you're going to be able to help. And you're going to be able to help guide him with that. And when I say just knows things, it's like he's just going to know, like, no, this is the right class to take. This is the right outfit to wear today. He's just going to just know things.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So, thank you for calling. Yeah, I mean, that's gonna come in handy. To have somebody from the 732 area code. Hi there. How you doing?
Good. How are you guys this evening?
Good.
Doing well.
I was just wondering. I've been listening to. My name is Melissa from Toms River, New Jersey.
Thank you. Okay.
I've been listening to Abraham Hicks and about manifesting, and I was just wondering if Erik can explain the difference when a soul writes their contract before they come down to Earth, but then how does it work with you also have free will and you can also manifest, but what stays in the vortex and then can be done in this lifetime, or does things have to progress with multiple lifetimes? And if you've already written a contract, can you actually change that because you're manifesting and in alignment here now in this lifetime?
Good question.
Erik says yes. No, it is. And I was like doing a dot to dot to stay so I could follow it. Because Erik says yes, so he says with the contract. Some things he says are set in stone, that's going to happen, but then there are things where it's like he says you like the stuff in the contract, like these are the options that you have in this lifetime, so they're like contracts, but they're options you have. So when you come here to Earth, and let's say you were supposed to do contract 1, but you missed the boat on that because you got too stuck up in your own free will stuff, so you missed that opportunity. It doesn't mean then the rest of your life is shit, he says. That's his word, sorry. But he says, but then you have that option too that's still in your contract that you can do. So life isn't over with. And he said, so now when you go into manifesting, you can still manifest whatever it is you want because we're co-creators. He says that's the beauty of being here, but we don't think we can do it. He says, but what we manifest is, he goes, a lot of us get caught up in we're focusing on what we want, but we're feeling what we desperately don't want. So it's like it cancels each other out. So it doesn't happen. So what you have to do is get yourself internally in alignment with what it is you want. So he says, so you want abundance, don't just focus on the dollar, focus on the abundance of what it is that you want. Or if it's a relationship, a loving relationship, Erik says, practice on being that loving person to your own self and start feeling what you would like to feel in a loving relationship and start getting in that. And just because he says you were, meant to have this one love forever, well, somehow you got sidetracked and had 2 affairs on your marriage, and that ended in divorce. And I'm not saying that because she did have that. He's giving me an analogy. That doesn't mean that you're destined to not have a very loving, lasting relationship. It's like you took the scenic route, and now you get to explore and see what all that brought into you, and then you can go in and change the course and still have that very loving relationship. Makes sense?
Yeah, that was an excellent explanation, and I really appreciate Erik's insight and your channeling, and Mama Meadows. Thank you so much for making this available to us.
Thank you.
I love you all. Thank you so much.
Big hugs, Melissa.
Oh, that's so sweet. Okay, 714 area code. Hi there. How you doing? 714 area code.
714.
Yes, it's you.
Yes.
Hi there.
Hi.
Who are we with?
Julie. Hi, this is Julie from California.
Hey, Julie.
Hey, Julie.
From San Diego?
No, from Anaheim.
Oh, okay. How can we help you, darling?
I was wondering if I am going to be living with my Aunt Maggie in the near future.
With your Aunt Maggie. Do you want to live with her?
Yes.
Because this is the reason why I asked, because she wants to live with her, so she will. So,
will
yeah.
it be a good
okay.
Will that be a good arrangement?
Yes.
Awesome.
Erik says yes, but, Erik says it's going to be a good arrangement, but it's, I don't know, I feel like, Julie, you're going to be able to relax a little bit more. And I don't know why, but Aunt Maggie feels like she's kind of nurturing, and so that's going to be good for you.
Oh, that's awesome.
Is her husband going to be...
Is what now?
Is her husband going to be living with her, or is she going to be sick?
Sick?
Yeah.
Did you say?
I was wondering, is her husband going to be living with her, or is she going to be sick?
I don't see a separation there.
Okay, well, we'll find out.
Know, is he going to be? Yeah, you want to know, is she going to be sick, or is he going to be sick?
Is he not going to then live in the same arrangement because he's sick?
Is she going to be sick?
She or he?
I'm not getting.
She.
SHE. Okay.
Yeah, I'm not getting. I'm not getting anything on that. Erik's not giving me like, yes, she will be sick or he won't be there. I'm getting.
TBD.
Yeah, I'm not getting that.
All right. Thanks for calling.
Okay.
All right. So you got somebody from the 914 area code.
Hello, Elisa.
Hi.
Hi, Elisa. Diana, how are you?
Hi, Diana. What's up?
You told me to call. I'm calling you.
Yes.
Hi, Denise. How are you? I've had
Hello. Good.
You're excellent. And thank you so much, Elisa, for having this for us people. Thank you.
You're so welcome.
Thanks. Hi, Erik. Say hi to Danny and my father, Tony. So I know they're watching me on the other side. But anyway, I want to be fast, so I give the opportunity to someone else as well. I had a Nardi reading from Indian Palm reading, which was very, very interesting. And with that, they start to tell you your past, present, and future without any information. Mm-hmm. You need to provide fingerprint. And what turned out is I have a couple of blocks, and they tell me those blocks, and with the blocks, remedies to alleviate the blocks. And during that time that I do these prayers, they're called pujas, I try to meditate. And I don't know if you call it meditate, but I sit still in quietness. And sometimes I receive messages just by sitting still. And what I received when I was sitting still is like 3 days of darkness. And I was like, I don't know what's going on here. And then I found synchronicities. I found signs and videos about 3 days of darkness. Now, I know it might be religious-based. I'm not a following Roman Catholic, but I am spiritual, and I do believe in Jesus. I do believe in Mary. Not like the Roman Catholic puts us in a box, but I do believe them firmly. My question is this. I've been finding out with videos of a Lady of Fatima, the Aborigine of Medjugorje and Garabandhi, where Mary comes and visits, and she's talking about these 3 days of darkness. So with these 3 days of darkness, they say you need a scapular and a beeswax, and the world was stopped for 3 days.
Wow.
And supposedly it's a judgment day. And I'm saying to myself, it's like, I don't think there might be something related to that where we might have a reset of the new world and maybe there's an issue with electricity. I believe in that. But
so what's going on, Eric? What's the truth behind all this?
Is there something that we really need to prepare?
Eric says no, but 3 days of darkness can be, he says, don't get caught up in that because he showed me that brings a lot of fear.
Okay.
3 days of darkness can be where you're just staying still for 3 days and not doing anything. It's time for you to reflect and stuff like that. But yeah, and but that he says no, the world's not coming to an end.
Is it some sort of transition to the new earth for many of us? Or
well, this is how Eric showed me in 2020. We're shifting now, and he showed me when I walked out to the mailbox, he goes, this is what it's going to look like. It's going to look the same. It's just like, but you're not going to see your neighbors, and your neighbors aren't going to see you because you're not in the same frequency.
Wow.
But you'll still be here, but it's just things, you just won't be coming in contact with things that are not in your frequency.
Oh, so it'll be another dimension.
Yeah.
Correct.
Parallel dimensions.
Correct. So we don't have to worry about if Susie, our sister, isn't doing right, or Eddie, our brother or dad, isn't doing right. They're not going to go or whatever. They're still going to be here on this planet. It's not going to be in our frequency and stuff.
Okay.
So if your sister is not, ascending, we won't be her.
Eric says you will see like family, if they come over, but it's almost like they're not going to be able to push your buttons or do anything like that.
Oh,
they're just not going to be able to be there and do that, and
because you're have the same negative effect. Okay, on you. Okay, I got it.
Right, because you're yeah.
Great. Well, thank you so much. Thank you, Eric. I appreciate it. Okay, take care.
You're welcome, Diane.
That makes me feel a lot better. All right, now I want to say thank you to our wonderful guest, Julie Schlomer, and I'm telling you guys, you need to get this book, Mommy, What is a Spirit Guide? And Julie, if you give me the details and what to write, I will post it on Facebook and things like that, because like I said, it's a real easy short read. And I gave it to my Michelle to read to her kids, and they liked it too. So it's really worthwhile. And if Elizabeth wants to connect with me and
I'll give you her information.
All right, and also thank you, Denise Ramon at DeniseRamon.com. I love all of you guys. See you later.
Yeah. Bye.
Thank you. Thank you. Bye, ladies.
Bye.
Bye.